I was raised a fundamentalist Christian, but my life was nevertheless strewn with goddesses. This PechaKucha is about the most recent, a pivotal goddess who's transformed how I see the world and the role I feel called to play. The data analysis while researching the peculiar nature of meaning in Jung's idea of synchronicity felt like I was wrestling with angels. The concepts became personified as beings, but felt so foreign I could scarcely fathom their nature. I actually alternated between the wrestling and what Hippocrates describes as the one common flow, one common breathing, all things in sympathy, the whole organism in each one of its parts working together for the same purpose. The great principle extends to the extremist part, and from the extremist part, it returns to the great principle, to the one nature, being and not being. It's easier for me to navigate archetypal content when it is personified, and these images depict some of the dimensions this data analysis drew me through. Richly imagistic, averbal, cross-cultural. Down the rabbit hole I fell, released from structures that kept me tethered to everyday reality, deeper and deeper, through memories and images of people I've known, weaving through drama and dreams and the stories of our lives, and then, even deeper still, past the dreaming, into the depths of the earth, the layers of animals long gone, of plants and minerals, beneath the sinews and bones, beneath marrow and blood, into the ebb and flow of oceans and tides, reaching into the cellular and the mycelial, past the fractals and the collective unconscious, falling both inwards and outwards past the pillars of creation. The I Ching says, heaven's net is wide. Coarse are the meshes, yet nothing slips through. These spaces can be fraught with danger and euphoria, so withholding judgment is critical. The I Ching also describes how there is something formless yet complete that existed before heaven and earth. How still, how empty, dependent on nothing, unchanging, all-pervading, unfailing. One may think of it as the mother of all things under heaven. I do not know its name, but I call it meaning. And there, in a timeless, bottomless space, where there were no thoughts, no guile, without expectation of finding anything at all, I found that someone was waiting. Someone was there whose energy was so refined it strained my human ability to sense her. She never appeared on command, though having sensed her, I longed to see her every time. Only by grace did she manifest her presence, and then it became obvious that she connected everything. What I realized is this: there are places that exist and are accessible only when your mind is quiet and your head isn't filled with what you know, and your heart is present and still and waiting. I suspect that that is where this goddess of meaning resides, That is where she appears as herself, and doesn't have to take on another goddess's garb or face or expression to be seen. This is not a place of certainty or known outcomes. It's a completely different kind of realm, fecund, psychoidal, with forms that are intelligent and alive, with different rules, different modes of action and being. In this place, it was possible to dream differently, to imagine differently. Things were possible here that were not possible anywhere else. Perhaps this goddess is now reappearing in conscious daily reality, she who connects all things in her exquisite and dazzling realm that we humans may then bring into the outer world, not by fiat or simple intention and wishing, not by control or whim, but by virtue of our destiny and purpose, our essential meaning and role in larger reality. Men and women everywhere seem to be encountering gods and goddesses in their private, unexpected moments, possibly this divine being as well. We must pay attention in case she's waiting on the peripheries of our perception. In closing, I'd like to honor the sweet guardian angel who night after night rested his paw on my arm and held space for these extraordinary encounters. Rest in peace, dear emissary of the goddess of meaning.